Hello, hello, hello. How do you do? How do you do?
Gangsta Grills. You bastard. You bastard.
What's up, people? How we doing? We just got done streaming for about 2.5 hours on our redraft channel. That's why we're a little bit late on this one because honestly, the vibes are just so good over there. Everyone's talking redraft. Everyone's excited for their drafts, and it was hard to leave that stream. But we're excited to bring you a fantastic stream here today on the Dynasty channel.
That's right.
And we're going to obviously do a Dynasty startup draft. Whether you've done your Dynasty startup drafts or you haven't, this will be a good gauge to, at minimum, see where the Dynasty landscape currently falls. I mean, players are currently being undervalued, overvalued, whatever the case may be, and we get to talk about it all today in the stream. So we're glad that you're able to join us. Padaki, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, feeling good. I mean, it's good to be back on the Dynasty channel. I mean, obviously, it's not dead. We're still going to be pumping out some content. If you're a massive content Dynasty follower, we're going to be putting out some. Sorry, we're going to be following the college football scene, and we're going to be, keeping up with all these guys, these first rounders, these second rounders, all these guys that could be super relevant on your fantasy teams here coming up in the next year or two. So definitely be checking that out. We have our running back watch list that we've released already. We also have a quarterback watch list. We didn't get to the wide receivers just because we had so much going on. But we are going to be following them throughout the college season. So definitely check that out. But we're really excited. Dynasty, let's see how we do.
Yeah.
See how it goes, honestly.
Yeah, and I actually just released a video today about Treylon Burks. I really encourage you to watch it. I think it's a very interesting video, and whether you think I'm crazy or not, I think the concept is at minimum really interesting for you guys to watch and to have your input on. But thank you so much for joining us today. If you have yet to do so, could you do us a huge favor and drop a like?
You like that? You like that?
If you like the content we're putting out, still doing Dynasty streams, still keeping up with you guys on the Dynasty channel as we're about to get in season 8 days away. So if you could do us a huge favor and drop a like, that would mean a ton to us as we grow this Dynasty channel, even in season, not only off season, in season as well. We don't stop. We keep going.
We don't stop. We keep going. Huge love for everyone in the chat. I see a bunch of people having conversations out here way before we were live. Trenton, Jasmine over there, Hunter as well. Steven came in a little bit later. Steven's here actually now. Huge love says, but I could looking sharp in something other than a hoodie. Yeah, honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. Everything's dirty. I need to do some laundry. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this shirt on. I don't even know. I don't know what it is, to be honest. It's kind of thick. It's kind of like a jacket, but not really a jacket.
Looks great. We're gonna answer some people's questions, but just quickly, we will get this draft started. If people want to join today's draft, how can they do so, Badaki?
Yeah, super simple, super easy. All you have to do is join our Discord, and a link in the description below. When you join our Discord, then you go to the Dynasty Mock Draft tab, right? Go on that. That's where we'll be dropping the link. It is first come, first serve. I do believe it might be a little bit slower this time of the year for Dynasty Mock Drafts, but I can't guarantee that. Let's see how it goes today.
Slower as in, like, it's probably going to be easier for people to get in. Hey?
Exactly. Easier to get in. So, I can definitely go out and send that link right here, right now for you guys. Oh.
All right. As he sends the link, I'll keep up with the chat. What's up, Trenton? What's up, Jasmine? If we miss any questions, I see you guys had a long conversation, which is awesome. Let us know if we missed any of those questions. Late stream. Steven's here for it. Hunter says, is my team good? 10-man, half PPR.
Here goes the link, by the way.
Judy, Hollywood, Brown, CMC, JT, Schultz, Saquon, Matt Gay, Saints. I was like, what are we talking about? Okay, half PPR, 10-man. Is this, I'm assuming this is redraft because it's redraft season, but it might be Dynasty. But let's see. Is my team good? We got Hertz, Judy, Hollywood Brown, CMC, JT, Schultz. I mean, yeah, it's a great team. This is a great redraft team for
100%.
sure. Even Dynasty is a good team. But yeah, this is definitely a very good team.
Agreed. CMC, Jonathan Taylor, Saquon.
Yeah, it's a very good team. You've done well.
Yeah.
Steven says, Hunter, it looks like a starting lineup. What's your depth? But Aki, you could have just accepted the compliment, but nope, always keeping it 100.
We want to be transparent with the community here.
All right, and we're going to go ahead and start this draft. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flex spots, a super flex. Again, this is a Dynasty draft, so we'll go ahead and get this bad boy started. I'll keep the sounds on now because there's no more wow. Okay, Trenton says, wondering if I should hold Beatty, former rookie running back of the Ravens. Honestly, like, it already looked like a long shot for him to have a role in the NFL.
First season, first Dynasty.
And now you get cut in a spot where they needed running back depth.
They cut him and then went to go get Kenny and Drake. So I think that's really hard.
It doesn't feel like a very big boost of confidence. Personally, I think it's probably time to move on from Tyler Beatty. I mean, what is literally the best case scenario? That's what we have to think about. The best case scenario is that he maybe makes a roster. Not that he contributes to your team, but that he maybe makes a roster. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah.
All right, Lamar Jackson's on the board. I'll take Lamar Jackson. Kyler Murray's there. I normally would go Kyler Murray. I just want to see how this feels. It's a mock draft. We're having fun. I want to see how my team feels with Lamar Jackson. But I literally don't mind between Lamar and Kyler.
Yeah.
My first cut season, first Dynasty team. I love it. I'm so glad they made that update. Who was your most disappointing cut today? It's a good question. Who was my most disappointing cut?
There wasn't anyone that was like, oh, dang.
There was one. I just can't remember off the top of my head. There was like a couple where you're like, wow, that's a little bit surprising.
I guess it's so interesting of like how people are, like, for example, I guess most surprising one, which we always thought it was a reach, but it was Alex with Leatherwood.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a surprise cut. A former first round pick, not even in the league for a year, now getting waived.
Well, I think that was his second year. So yeah, but you're right. I mean,
sorry, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, second year, getting waived there as a first round pick. I mean, that investment.
Crazy.
Obviously, they're probably just trying to get rid of everything John Gruden brought in and Mike Mayock.
Yeah.
So like,
it is like you have to be so bad to be a first round pick and to not finish out your contract. You have to be so incredibly bad.
100%.
That's shocking. As we see, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Pitts, Harris, Prescott, Lamb. I love the Watson pick there at the 2-2, Diego 7. I think you did fantastic getting Watson there. Hunter says, D-Hop, Mooney, Drake, London, Chris Olave, Damian Pierce is my bench. I mean, incredible, Hunter. Steven, for fantasy football, it was probably Josh Gordon. For real life, it was Marquise Blair. I was low-key mad. How about Kellen Mond as well? Kellen Mond was pretty surprising.
Kellen Mond was a big one out there. I thought it was interesting how who traded for JJ Whiteside and then cut him. That was interesting.
Oh yeah. I think it was the Seahawks, right?
Yeah, they traded for him, gave a 7th pick, which at the same time, which is really nothing, and then you cut him.
Yeah. How many 7th round picks make a roster anyway? I guess is what they're thinking. Okay, I'm on the clock here. And I don't feel like I should take a quarterback here. There's a lot of value elsewhere. So give me Javonte Williams here at the 2-7.
Okay. Let's see. Who else have we got?
Justin Jackson had a good preseason, got cut. Yeah, it was so weird seeing him in a Lions uniform, by the way. Matt Dennis says, what do you think Zamir White will take over win? I personally am someone who believes that it is Josh Jacobs' backfield and that it won't be Zamir White's this season. Now, if Josh Jacobs doesn't get re-signed, which is a very realistic possibility, I would say then you could see a potential for it to be Zamir White's backfield. But I personally don't see this team, who is obviously wanting to win right now, prioritizing Zamir White over Josh Jacobs when Josh Jacobs last year was extremely efficient. I mean, look at all of his PFF numbers. He looked great, according to PFF. And that doesn't mean everything, but it is someone that we do trust. So, personally, I think it's Josh Jacobs' backfield. But I don't think Zamir White takes over this year. And if he does, it'll have to be because Josh Jacobs left.
Yeah, and I think like kind of what... Oh, gosh, it's doing that glitch again.
Is it?
At least on my side.
Okay.
Like, it was doing the glitch. One thing I want to say about Zamir White and Josh Jacobs is that It's not that I don't believe in Zamir White and or Josh Jacobs. I think. Okay, well, I'm trying to refresh my stream. Is not my stream, but my.
Just
okay,
while you're doing that, you guys
out.
might have seen Fantasy Pros come up. I told everyone this on our last stream, but if you don't know, Fantasy Pros has something called the Draft Assistant, and I can't use my queue on our live stream because if I do, I never get the players that I want. But Fantasy Pros now has this option where you can copy a draft board. You can go to Fantasy Pros, and if you have a subscription with them, you can use the Draft Assistant even while you're mock drafting. And paste the link. And now I have my rankings all on here as I update them. I can select my team. I can select my rankings. And now I don't ever have to use my queue. I know exactly who the best player is in my rankings at each position as I go through. So I think it's cool that they've allowed you to do that with Sleeper, and I just wanted to quickly share that with anyone out there who might potentially want to invest in that as well. Like I don't do a draft without a draft assistant from Fantasy Pros. Now I'm on the board. I don't even need to look at Sleeper. I'm looking at my top available players at each position. And for me, it's easy Justin Fields pick here.
I was hoping he was gonna follow me there.
In a Dynasty startup. So anyway, I just wanted to share that because they didn't allow you to do mock drafts like a month ago, but they just recently added that. So I thought it was worth telling you guys. It's a subscription I think is well worth it just for draft season to have this ability. I think it's incredible. So
yeah.
As we see, just to catch up, Swift, Lawrence, CMC, Brees, Cooper Kupp, Diggs, Debo, T. Higgins, Eckler, Andrews, Fields, Adams, Brown, and Waddle off the board.
Gosh,
what was the last thing we were talking about?
Waddle fell so I actually don't remember.
Okay, Dallas cut all the quarterbacks and kickers. That is surprising. All the backup quarterbacks. Hey, what's up, Peyton? Welcome, brother. Josh Gordon, 2017. Matt says, so bad for not finishing your rookie contract, or the GM who drafted you was that bad. Yes, we agree. It was a terrible organization in Las Vegas. What up, MLB Mike? Snag Trey Lance at the...
was going to be good, by the way. Like, that was kind of disappointing.
Snagged Trey Lance at the 3.5 in my startup yesterday. Wow, you got him at the 3.5, and was it a SuperFlex startup? That's crazy. Great value.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Jasmine, it was a flyer. Yeah. Marlon Mack, yeah.
Yeah, Marlon Mack.
I guess that's a surprising cut, but you're right. I mean, I don't think we anticipated him being cut, but we didn't anticipate him overtaking Dameon Pierce. So you're right. As a cut, that was a surprise. Peyton says, yep. 104.
Pick 104. Who you taking? For me, it has to either be. For me, it's Joe Burrow.
Same.
At the 104.
Yeah. It's Joe Burrow for me too. Longevity wise, it's he's the one that makes the most sense. Trenton says, you think Higgins for a late 23 first and Amon-Ra is too much for Higgins? I have Higgins. I'm keeping Higgins there. I don't know about Badaki.
I do believe it's a bit much. Like if I were to trade him away, if I were to be trading for T. Higgins and I'm getting Amon-Ra and a first, I think that's a bit much.
I'd rather have T. Higgins, but
I am a believer in Amon-Ra. I'm on the clock here. Let me just think of who to take.
I guess it depends on how you view T. Higgins. For me, he's my wide receiver 4 in Dynasty. So I would need more than a late 23 first and Amon-Ra. I like Amon-Ra, but still, Jameson Williams is looming over him at some point. And a late 23 first, like I know it will be good value, but will I be able to hit on that? I know who T. Higgins is. I'll take T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Jasmine Smack talking already. I love it. Steven says, so can y'all go ahead and roast me for this trade yesterday? Gave Fields and my 23 third, got Malik and a 23 first.
I saw that.
We saw that.
For maybe a video we might do in the future.
I think we should make a video on that one.
Because
I don't know. Do you want us to make a video on that, Steven?
I think like I saw that. I can't say because it pretty much gives all my thoughts of the video.
I think we should make a video on it though.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Okay, so
got a little stack with 2 and Waddle there. I'll take it. Might be ashamed. Ashamed on Dynasty Twitter. Yeah, on Dynasty Twitter, you definitely get roasted. They're ruthless on the Dynasty Twitter.
Dynasty Twitter is a really interesting space, though.
Actually,
So
not
I wouldn't,
space for people.
I wouldn't like consider anything that you see on Twitter. I don't know. Like, there are some good people on Twitter, so I don't want to like put the whole thing in a bag. But it's just such a toxic space.
You know, there's
fantasy Twitter in general.
You know, there's a fantasy football expo. Did you know that?
I've heard about that. Yeah.
And people go there.
Yeah.
And all the people there on fan that goes to, I say this because I wonder if people see other people like, oh, that's the dude that roasted me for saying this once.
Yeah.
You know, like surely you remember those people on Twitter and their names.
Right.
And you know their handles, whatever the case may be. And you go to this fantasy expo and he has like 20,000.
You probably have a screenshot of a tweet 3 years ago and you're like, what's up, bitch? You said this 3 years ago and you were wrong.
you rock up to them. Look at this. You see this shit? That's you.
Remember when you had N'Keal Harry, wide receiver 1?
Oh my god!
When I was prepping for that Treylon Burks video, I did an advanced search on Twitter.
Yeah.
Back in 2019, I can't tell you how many people had N'Keal Harry as their wide receiver 1 in Dynasty. It was crazy to go back and look.
Yeah. Oh, it's so funny though. Twitter.
Yeah. Matt says, we're all on the same feeds every day. You're not wrong. You gonna roast him? No comments yet. Twitter sucks. Jasmine says. Steven says, I'm joking. I'm not on Twitter. Jasmine says, someone literally posted Justin Fields and Cole Kmet are discounted Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. And they weren't trying to troll.
Gosh.
Twitter's a special space, y'all. It's a special, special space. As we see Drake London at the 411, that's quite surprising to me because all offseason, we're seeing Drake London go at the end of the 3rd. So I wonder why he fell here to the 411. Of course, I took Tyreek over him, but that's just because that's how my rankings show it. Over on Twitch, I'm sorry, Jar Bangers and Six Lean and Squids Giant Chode. We have probably not prioritized your questions. I just realized that. He says, I'm in a keeper league. Would you rather keep Jalen Hurts at round 8 or Marquise Hollywood Brown at round 13? I would say Hollywood. I don't know about Badaki, though. I'm assuming if it's a 1 quarterback, then we would both say Hollywood.
Yeah, 1 quarterback, Hollywood. Agreed.
All right, give me Treylon Burks here at the 5-6. That's right. If you want to go watch a video, I literally just released today on the Treylon Burks dip. It's on our Dynasty channel, this channel. I would encourage you to watch it. Over on Twitch, also, we missed out on Squid's Giant Chode's question. It says, boys, thoughts on roster 12-team full PPR? Man, we're getting a lot of roster questions now that people have their teams, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's going to start happening this week. And I gotta remember who the hell's playing everyone week 1. I haven't even thought about that yet.
Oh, my gosh, I know. It says Kyler, Kamara, Aaron Jones, Higgins, Cooks, Waller, Bateman, Elijah Moore, Pickens, and Olave. I mean, it's a pretty good squad. Kyler as your quarterback, Kamara and Jones as your RBs, Higgins, Cooks, Waller, Bateman, and then you've got probably Elijah Moore in your flex. I think it's a good team. I like it. And Six Lean, if you're looking for our Discord, I'll paste it in the chat there for you to join. Excuse me.
Yeah, we don't have the shortcuts. I mean, I wish we had like someone that we trust to be like a monitor on like our chat.
Moderator.
Yeah, moderator. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
That would be cool. So much to handle sometimes.
Yeah. All right. We see Godwin.
Looking at these freaking week 1s. Let me just look up NFL week 1 schedule.
We got Godwin, Rodgers, Elijah Moore, Cam Akers, George Kittle, Marquise Hollywood Brown, Devonta Smith off the board. And now Diego is back up on the clock.
Oh gosh, I think it'll be pretty obvious to start some of these people. Sorry.
Steven said, I just like Malik's talent and work ethic. Between that and his situation, I think Arrow's up. I definitely agree that I think Malik is a really good buy low right now. I actually said that about 2 months ago on this channel. We made a video. Let me see if I can find it. But I do tend to agree with you is what I'm saying. It might have been that rebuilding video that we did, I think. Remember when we said rebuilding trade targets?
Yeah, I do remember. Being a mod's a lot of work. Yeah, I know. It's trying to like think about everything. Like I'm trying to run this, focus on the chat, and moderate. You know, like it's so much. Danny Lawrence, I got Burks in London and SuperFlex. I'll be playing one of them week 1. Burks plays the Giants and London plays the Saints. Who would you start? So Burke plays the Giants, London plays the Saints.
Let's say right now London if he's healthy, just because we don't
That's
know
what I was gonna say.
exactly when Burks will be prioritized just yet. So I do believe in him, of course.
As well.
Yeah, I do believe in him, of course, like long term. But week 1, we don't know if he's gonna be startable yet.
Yeah, and I know this may be a little bit biased, but like I'm really liking our defense this year. Getting Wink Martindale. I think our second cornerback is definitely our weak link. But you know, to have Adoree Jackson, to have some of these guys in the backfield and Xavier McKinney, I think they're going to be locking up a lot of people, in my opinion. But once again, it is biased. It is still week 1, but not even week 1. So
There's a lot of players on the board that I'm like interested as to why. Not just Jameson. Like that's not crazy that he's there at the 6-7. But when these players go, I wonder what's happened in people's minds, because I feel like not enough has happened for some of these players to have fallen where they currently are.
Yeah, and I don't think that's the thing right now. Not enough has happened at all, to where like we shouldn't see a massive fluctuation of people. Like for example. I'm surprised, for example, someone like Jalen Hurts went at the 2-5, where I thought a lot of people would take him with that preseason. And once again, it is preseason, and preseason performance like that looks really confident, taking a big step. I thought more people would be more confident in that. Same thing with Trey Lance. You know, 2-3 keeps falling there. With everything that's happening, he should be going higher. You know, like he should 100% be a lock-in for first.
I would say
feel
this
like
last week, I think people are worried. I don't think that they should be, but I would say that you can understand why he might not be there. But
yeah, I mean, there is that as well.
There is players on the board still that I'm like, okay, this player was drafted in the 3rd round all offseason, and he's still on the board. Another player was drafted in the 4th rounds typically, and he's still on the board. Yeah, it's just interesting. I'm curious. Okay, so we see A.J. Dillon at the 6-6, then Jameson, Olave, St. Brown, Pickens, who I was definitely hoping was going to fall back to me at the 7-6. There it is, Zach Wilson, the 7-2. Yeah. All offseason, we're seeing people draft him at the end of the 3rd, beginning of the 4th. I understand he's not going to play week 1, or he might be dealing with a knee injury, but I'm struggling to understand what happened. And there's another player, Ken Walker, who was going early 4th or 5th round. I understand that these players are injured, but in Dynasty, I feel like we're, you know, obviously this isn't a real draft, but I feel like we're undervaluing these players a lot by allowing them to slide. And I'm wondering how our perceptions of these players have changed so quickly.
Yeah, and I think
even though it's just an injury, it's like, what?
I think that's what happens, you know, like people are, as you start, sometimes your fantasy startups, they're just gonna let some of these people fall and see how far they fall. Like for sure, I was contemplating Zach Wilson at the 4-4 specifically, and like you said, like people falling. Once
totally.
He went 3 rounds later.
I guess my main point here is to try and encourage people not to have the mindset to allow their perceptions to change so easily.
For sure.
Because it happens every preseason, or if someone, you know, gets a little knick-knack injury. I know Ken Walker's injury is serious, and Zach Wilson, you know, will be out a couple weeks to start the year. But I guess my thought process there is more to encourage people not to allow their opinions to sway so quickly through preseason, through reports, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I hear you. There goes Lenny. Okay.
Jasmine says, I drafted Fields in my startup last year to take as my quarterback 1 when Brady retires, but it doesn't look like Chicago is going to give him weapons anytime soon. He looks good, but let's hope the 2023 draft is when Chicago invests into the offense around Justin Fields. So let's hope that that's the case, because I think that very well could be the case. Shout out to the 35 people watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out with us. A late night stream as we talk Dynasty. Keep our pulse on the Dynasty formats, Dynasty leagues.
Is happening right now as well. Shout out to all you guys.
Okay.
As well. I know a lot of people were watching it, not watching us.
If you could do us a huge favor and drop a like on the stream.
You like that?
That is the most simple way for you to support what we do. Almost 30 likes. You guys are incredible. This late, it's good to see people still in the Dynasty space. As we see Lenny, Elijah Mitchell, Sky Moore off the board as well. That's who I was contemplating taking at the 7-6. But I felt like I just wanted to grab TJ there, kind of lock him up. Blake says, would you rather have Demarcus Robinson after his big preseason game or Dontrell Hilliard? Oh, that is a deep roster question. Man, probably Dontrell Hilliard.
Yeah,
to be honest,
that's what I was going Hilliard as well, just in case, to see what happens. Obviously coming back from that injury from last year, not saying he's not 100%, but I think,
damn it, Jahan,
if he does go down, Hilliard could be the next guy up. Or could just see a significant workload coming their way.
Yeah, and I think Hassan Haskins, like, there's not really been any talk about him taking the number 2 role there. It could still happen, but let's see. Steven says, I really liked Fields coming out. If I'm wrong on that trade because Fields blows up, I'll still be a fan. Totally. I get that. I can definitely understand where you're coming from. Sometimes those trades are hard. You love 2 players, and you trade one of them away. There's not got to be another player on waivers instead of those 2 guys. Well, it might be a pretty deep league for Blake there. Vincent says, you guys helped me with lots with my first startup draft. Keep it up, boys. Y'all are on your way. Man. Appreciate you, Vincent. Thanks for the love.
Thank you so much.
Blake says, appreciate you guys and love talking deep roster spots. Hell yeah. Love talking deep roster spots. I mean, what time is it in America right now? This late. Damn it. I know I can't draft by D-Law. How do I not understand this by now?
East Coast right now is about nearly 11 o'clock. Yeah.
Wow, Josh Jacobs at the 8-7. I mean, I know there's question marks around Jacobs, but the 8-7 feels crazy to me. 11 p.m. East Coast, 9:47 Central Standard Time. Vopsy says these tight ends definitely should not be this far. Almost 10 Central. We got people all over America, all over the globe. Huge. Mark Cooper goes off the board. Zeke goes off the board.
Tater Tot Shots. This is a guy who came in and then left earlier.
Well, no pressure. Welcome in now. Welcome in,
brother.
We're missing anything on Twitch. What's up, in Schefter? I assume that you are Adam Schefter's relative. Welcome in.
Schefter.
Pits or swallows? I don't know what that is.
That's funny.
Obviously, I'm missing some sort of context here. Matt says, if you wanted Josh Jacobs, what would you offer him in draft picks? I think a third is valid. As in like a third... Like a rookie third? Because I don't think that would be enough. A late second, I think you could probably... I mean, if this is really his value right now, probably a mid-second round pick, I would say.
Yeah, his value is definitely has plummeted there.
Yeah.
According to this, so...
No comment. But yeah, I mean, if you could get him for... Yeah, a rookie second, I would definitely do. Zach is a good church boy. It's what you think it is.
Amen.
It's a late night. It's late night, and you can tell it. People have had some drinks in them. The conversation's flowing. Oops. Davis Mills, the general, goes off the board. as we see Hunter Renfrow. My bad. Prayers up.
God
Y'all
did.
too much. God did.
God did. We the best music. God did. DJ Khaled.
Pierce or Walker, both are in similar situations with bad O lines, but Pierce is the apparent starter.
If this is
In Dynasty, I'm still pretty heavy on the Ken Walker side.
yeah, 100%.
Redraft is pretty easily Damian, but in Dynasty, I'm still betting on Ken Walker long term.
Agreed. 100% agreed. Ken Walker is definitely my guy in Dynasty. Redraft, I'm really happy to take Damian Pierce right now where he's at. He is the clear starter. Ken Walker dealing with that injury. So I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident in Ken in Dynasty and Damian in Redraft. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, God did.
I do agree, brother. See Christian Kirk off the board. Everton fan drops child to receive. Oh my gosh. I need to watch this. This is not going to be good.
Darius Tony.
Oh my gosh. He dropped his kid. That's hilarious.
Okay, my bad. Press up. We answered that already.
Davis Mills, Damian Pierce, Brandon Cooks, Nico Collins. Yikes on yikes. That's
Yikes
a
on
Super
yikes
Bowl
on
winning
yikes.
team. No, I'm just
That
kidding.
is a Super Bowl winning team. Give me some little bit of Davis. Give me a little bit of, hey, Nico, you did shit in preseason, but I'm believing for something special in the season, huh? God did.
Trenton says, would you pick up Sam Ellinger in Dynasty? No. No, I would not. Just not worth it. No matter what format it is, it's not worth it. Defensive coordinators are going to be happy to play the Texans. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's been the case since Watson's been gone, to be fair.
To be fair, there were some dog games that they were fighting from. There were some dog games
Where the dogs at?
that they were playing, like they were full on fighting with Tyrod Taylor in the first half of the season. They were like 3-2 or 3-1 or something like that. I was like, holy shit, the Texans are legit. Next minute, Tyrod gets hurt, and damn it, I wanted Stevenson to fall to me there. Why did I believe he was gonna fall to me? Didn't he go catch a tutty? Yes, he did. Literally the one I feel like target and catch he had in preseason. Oh God.
God did, man. That's all I got to say.
Oh, they're on
God did.
Twitch. Rate my 10 Schefter's cousin here. Rate my 10-man PPR Russ Mixon, Javonte Jefferson, Debo Waller, Gabe, Devonta Smith, James Robinson, Tua Galladay, Gordon, Nico, or Njoku, and Jamal Williams. I mean, this is like one quarterback: Russ Mixon, Javonte Jefferson, Debo, and then Waller. Let's say one flex with Gabe Davis or Devonta. I think it's great. It's a great team.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Only weak spot? Do you have any weak spot? I mean, 10-mans are always look so good. Man, the only weak spot I would say is probably like tight end. But it's a pretty good team. But yeah, you need Njoku to hit there.
I don't like this pick, but I'm okay with it here. I was gonna go Miles, but the Tyrod starts in New York this year. He's a viable QB to change my mind. We'll see.
Oh no, I don't
We'll
want
see.
to talk about it. Can't see the picks. Oh really? What's wrong? Oh, our faces are too big.
Got it.
Good shout. Good shout.
Yeah, we'll definitely see. Honestly, I said this multiple times. Oh, excuse me. I said this multiple times.
Hey,
I either
give me
wanna know-
Malik Willis here in the 10th round.
Yeah, take him there.
I was kind of with Steven, like, as far as him being a huge value, and nothing happened this preseason to make me think that he can't be a top 12 quarterback on a weekly basis with what he does on the ground. So if he ever starts, taking him here in the 10th round. I know there's a lot of development to do, but I'm with you. Presented him as a buy low not too long ago, about 1 or 2 months ago. So I'm with you, Steven. I like the Malik pick here on the 10th round. I don't feel like I'm wasting a pick instead of like some running back who's not going to be in the league in a couple of years.
What was I saying? I really don't care who the hell the start is. I just either want us to be really good or really bad. No in between. 1-16, fantastic. Let's get that QB1 in the draft. Or Danny Dimes somehow takes us to the playoffs. Okay. Thank you for taking us to the playoffs, D. Now, are you the guy? I'll be okay. We'll be outside of that QB contention in the NFL draft, potentially, and then maybe we'll give Daniel Jones
my guy's
team friendly.
Hey, you're bumping in and out hard, my man.
Am I? Can you hear me? Is it okay? Is this better?
I can hear you now. It just bumps in and out.
I was going in and out. Maybe because I was a little bit far from my mic there. Sorry.
Sound like an internet thing. Chandler says, if I spent as much time in the gym as I did focusing on fantasy football, I could probably be the first overall pick in the actual NFL draft. Hey.
That's funny.
I mean, I wasn't born with the necessary build, but I can kind of agree. Appreciate the Malik love. Jackson, Fields, Willis. God did. My quarterbacks are going to rush 3,000 yards this year. No, jokes.
Oh, come on, dude.
If they make the playoffs, they have to extend Danny, right? Oh, my God. That would be like such... Imagine you guys make the playoffs, but it's like in spite of Daniel Jones, and everyone's like, we made the playoffs. And it's like, oh, shit, well...
Well, I think if we make the playoffs, it has to be because of Daniel Jones. It's not like, hey, the team took us... The whole team did great. It was like, shit, Daniel Jones actually won some games here for us. I was like, holy shit, like he did something special.
Right.
The only way he gets a contract extension is in that scenario. But once again, take us to the playoffs, and it's Daniel Jones, and he was the guy. Fantastic. Give him a 2-year contract extension. Let's see how we can rock with it, because we can continue to build around him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just catching up on Twitter or on Twitch. Sorry, Schechter says he has Waller. Okay, I didn't see Waller. That's my bad. I mean, again, like the team is incredible, man. 10-team leagues, typically most people are going to have a really good team, but Waller's great at the tight end spot. I like your quarterback. I like your running back and wide receivers. So you have a really good chance. It's just going to depend on injury. Steven says, imagine they make the playoffs and Jones chokes hard. It'll be Baker Mayfield all over again. Mills over Brady is crazy. They're both rentals for 1 to 2 years. Chandler says, where's the Algier love? He'll be off the board soon enough, but I mean, I just didn't really like him as a prospect. And honestly, nothing's happened in the preseason with Algier to make me think that he won't be replaced next year.
Exactly. So even in redraft this year, it's not even like there's nothing that points us in the direction of like, okay, I can see him really getting significant touches here.
Did they cut Damian Williams?
For the Falcons? No, I don't think they did.
Because that would be important news to talk about.
I could be wrong. Double check, but I don't think they did.
Okay, they cut... Nope, they did cut Quadre Allison.
Yeah.
But they did not cut Damian Williams. Well, that's not good.
Yeah. Same thing
Jasmine,
over there.
you want the goat over the giraffe?
Arizona. They kept...
Did they keep Darryl?
They did.
They kept Darryl Williams. Okay.
You know what's crazy? I'm only taking this guy to talk about him. But mainstream media,
Ron the Don,
once again, maybe influenced me a little bit, but apparently the dude from Good Morning Football, I forgot his name, he has hit like the past like 3 years on breakout players out of like 2 out of his 4 breakout players in the last, or 3 out of 4 breakout players in the last 4 years.
Well,
I know.
I would like that.
Yeah, of course. And one of his breakout players this year is Rondell Moore.
Yeah.
Which is very. And by the way, he also said that I forgot his name once again. Mainstream media. Not saying I believe it, but I just took him to talk about it. But he has real. He says, and this is not my ties with the Arizona Cardinals, but people that I've been talking with saying that they're gonna be using Rondale Moore a lot more this year.
Yeah, I would love it. I mean, the reason I said I would love it is because I have him in a lot of dynasty leagues.
Come on.
Peter Schrager. I could be
last-
wrong, Jasmine. I think it's
year.
him, but I don't. I've been watching Good Morning Football a lot lately. I think just because I'm just tired of. I just like the show, to be honest.
Yeah, Good Morning Football is a good show. I miss
love
Kay
the show.
Adams, but yeah.
You miss Kay Adams.
They
and
cut
he doesn't watch
Ollison
it.
and Huntley. Yeah, that just doesn't boost any confidence for me, though. I mean, those guys were never seeing the field anyway in season. But let's see, man. Let's see. I mean, if you believe in Algier as a talent, then you have the belief that he'll win out. I just don't think he's that talented of a player. I think he's very replaceable, but I can understand the perspective for sure. Romeo Doubs in the 12th round. I love it. I actually really love this team. If you could give me this team right now, I love this. Give me this team, please.
Please.
That's just everyone who's in this mock draft. We're officially in a league, and this is your team. Imagine.
Yeah.
Albert, are you okay? And Noah Fant off the board. As Tater Tot Shots is on auto pick again. All right, we'll do round 14 as the last round.
Yeah, that feels good. Getting a bit fatigued and tired.
Yeah, I am up on the clock. And give me Josh Palmer here. Might be a little early, but that was the next wide receiver in my rankings there. Yep, Albert was playing. I don't know. I don't put too much stock into preseason, but I definitely get like sometimes it's bad, sometimes we overthink it, sometimes we underthink it. It's hard to know. But Trading Post is up on the clock. Steven, same. Like, how is Andy Isabella still on the team?
Yeah, I agree.
Zamir White's a good pick there. Jeek Martin on the clock. Yeah, I need to look through these roster cuts again and just... Didn't the Jets cut that that quarterback that had like an incredible preseason?
Yeah, and Robert Saleh was like, he had the best. He's probably the best preseason performance I've ever seen. Next minute cut.
Like that should tell you how much stock coaches put into preseason.
Yeah, it's so funny. But they cut Tevin Coleman, the Michael P. Ryan. It looks like Zonovan Knight made the team as well, by the way.
Nice.
Which is great.
But Michael P. Ryan's finally cut. Probably should have happened 2 years ago.
Michael P. Ryan. Shout out to my Michael P. Ryan. Gosh.
Duke Johnson got cut from the Bills.
OJ Howard got cut as well.
Charleston Rambo. Damn. I really like Charleston Rambo. That sucks. I'm just looking through all the cuts now and trying to like find... Daz Newsome got cut from the Bears. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, good old Dazzy. I think like Wes Fitzpatrick, which was pretty recent pick, I think as well.
Puka.
Got cut.
Puka Williams got cut. Remember him last year?
Yeah, Puka Williams. Gosh.
A lot of these guys will be practice squatters.
Yeah.
Come on.
Dakota Allen got cut from the Browns. Isn't that the last chance you guy? Yeah, it is.
Dakota Allen.
Dakota Allen. He was on Last Chance U.
Ah, Dakota Allen.
Josh Rosen got cut again. Wow, so Brett Maher got cut. I know someone talked about that earlier, but I wonder what they're going to do at kicker. Hopefully no one drafted Brett Maher.
Oh, it's a flyer, you know?
Devin Funches got cut. That's pretty funny, actually. Why is he still in the league in general? That's my question. Like, why is there still a space for him? I'll take a shot on Baker here. Superflex league. I feel like there'll be trade value. Who else got cut? You know what? That's the last pick there from Jason. So I'll go ahead and end the draft as soon as he's done, and we'll look through these cuts together. The Packers. Anyone important that stands out? Not really. Tyler Goodson. That's kind of surprising. He had a pretty good preseason. All right, that's the end of the draft there. Marlon Mack, obviously, yeah, that was a surprise. Andy Janovich, I guess that was kind of a surprise too, because, I mean, typically if you have a fullback, you don't cut. I mean, you know, unless there's like not many fullbacks in rotation out there anymore.
Yeah.
The Colts. No one in particular. Devontae Price, some people liked him. Jacksonville, Laquan Treadwell's gone. No surprise. Actually, that is a little bit surprising. But Christian Kirk, even more reason to believe in Christian Kirk.
I think even more reason to believe in Zay Jones. But yeah, I do get what you're saying.
Both can be true.
There's darkness all around.
Chiefs cut Derek Gore. That sucks. I mean, that's good for everyone else there, but that is surprising. Not Doris Fountain. Kenyon Drake. I mean, the Raiders meant business there. Anyone who could be a starter, you're gone. Chargers.
Yeah. Are you going? Is there a list there? Are you looking through a list?
I am on CBS Sports.
CBS Sports. Okay, nice. I was looking up for it on NFL.
Yeah. Los Angeles Rams. Anyone stand out in particular? No, not really. DeAndre says the Dameon Pierce stock went through the roof. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what I saw from Sam Howell too, Chandler. I agree. Preston Williams, Lynn Bowden. I mean, those aren't surprising, but they're notable names. Mohamed Sanu. I didn't even know he was on the Dolphins. Can't believe the Patriots who traded a second-round pick for him not too long ago. Kellen Mond was obviously a big surprise. We talked about that earlier. Albert Wilson. Okay.
Alberto.
That should probably give you more confidence in KJ.
Yeah.
JJ Taylor's gone. Kevin Harris is gone. Yeah, I mean, you draft 17 running backs, you're going to have to cut some of them. The Saints, Chris Herndon. Trying to look at names that Divine Azigbo. I had no idea he was even on the Saints, but he got claimed by the Broncos. If your name is I thought it was Cheeks. His name is Meeks. I say if your name is Cheeks, you're getting made fun of all. I mean, this guy is Cheeks. For the Giants, anyone in particular that you know that you guys cut? Doesn't look like any names that stand out to me.
Off the top of my head, no, I'm just looking through this name. Alec Bachman, who had a really good preseason, I think was a surprise. I thought we would keep him over Darius Slayton, but I think we could just get more value on him if we try to trade him. Other than that, that's it. Quincy Roach, he produced a little bit last year. He got cut as well. Other than that, no one else.
As we look at the Jets, Eddie Pinheiro is gone, did not make the cut. Tevin Coleman, like you said, which he looked pretty good, so that's surprising. The Eagles, Jaquiski Tart, Carson Strong, R.I.P. to Carson Strong. Anthony Harris, obviously, because they pulled off that trade. Which, by the way, what the hell are the Saints doing? Trading away Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
You tell me, brother.
Like, genuine question: what are we doing if the Saints have made all these moves to put them in a position to win right now? Why are you getting rid of Chauncey, who is such like a versatile player? I don't understand why they would send it, and to someone who's probably a rival in the NFC at some point in the playoffs. Make it make sense. Steelers, McFarland's gone. I mean, that's definitely a good vote of confidence. Did did what's his face keep his Jalen Warren? I'm assuming he didn't get cut.
Nah, he made the team.
Okay, nice. That's good.
That's really it. I mean,
that's it there. Master Teague, RIP. The Niners. Let's see. Anyone of note? No, not really. Willie Snead, but let's be honest. Freddie Swain is gone. He had a nice little stint there. The Seahawks. The Tampa Bay Bucks. Logan Ryan. That's kind of surprising. Wasn't he a Giant once?
Yeah, I don't know why. I wonder why they did that, but I mean,
as well as Tyler Johnson. That was surprising considering their wide receiver room.
I'm just like, yo, bring Logan Ryan back to the Giants on a team-friendly deal. He'll probably love that. But at the same time, we didn't want to keep him, so why would he bring him back?
Yeah.
So,
Tennessee Titans. Anyone surprising here? Not really. Commanders. Kelvin Harmon was a little bit of a surprise to me, but we have so many wide receivers now that it makes sense. Troy Apke's been pretty bad for a while. Sammy Reyes was a tight end that we took from Chile, from like an international program. Really built different, but has never played the game, so it's not all that surprising. Kaliki Hudson's gone. That is surprising to me, actually. Wow, we cut a lot of people. Jeez Louise. Jarrett Patterson, yeah. I forgot about that.
Gosh, that is a lot of people, for real. That's probably the most. That's probably the most.
Yeah, it probably is. Getting rid of all the nonsense off the team. Anyway, that was fun, guys. Thanks for joining us on the stream. If you have yet to do so, we are 3 likes away from 40. You could do us a huge favor. And drop a like on our way out. Enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Jarrett Patterson was a sleeper. Yeah, it did not work out. Commanders kept 5 tight ends. Hey, okay, Alan. Thanks for the sub, Alan. Let's actually have a look at Washington depth chart. I guess it makes sense because like the Logan Thomas concerns, and they just drafted Cole Turner. I'm a big Cole Turner guy, so, but it makes sense to try and keep Logan Thomas as well. Let's have a look at the tight ends here just quickly. Let's see. Currently, Logan Thomas, John Bates. Yeah. Okay, I don't understand keeping Armani Rogers, but definitely Logan Thomas, John Bates, and Cole Turner, 3 guys that I definitely think we should keep.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand why we have 5 tight ends, but here we are.
Are these special teams players? Maybe they were really trying to hone in on special teams.
I'm really interested to see Fedarian Mathis this year as well, because I don't think we're going to re-sign De'Aaron Payne.
Right.
Anyway, that's all. That's all today.
Huge love for everyone over there on Twitch. Huge love. One question. Crazy Rays, can you rate my team? 12 team, 2 flex PPR drafted from the 9th. Herbert, Dobbins, Singletary, Jefferson, Adams, Devontae Adams, I'm assuming, Dalton Schultz, AJ Brown, and Waddle. I mean, that's a great team. Crazy Ray. If you're still out there.
Wide receivers are really good there. That could carry your team for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I think one thing you have to worry about is Dobbins, if he's going to be ready for week 1. Other than that, I do believe when he does come back, he should be coming back in stride, in our opinion. So it could be shaky for you week 1, but other than that, it should be good.
Yep. DeAndre says, glad to see Robinson walk back into the Commander's facility. Same.
100%.
Very good to see that. And Steven,
story.
You know, it's a conversation for a different day, but I know you're talking about Jarrett Patterson. This is why I find it so hard to believe in running backs that do not fit a certain athletic profile. Like, undersized as a running back, there is so many things against you. It doesn't matter how fast you are. It doesn't matter how athletic you are. An undersized running back has so many things stacked against them to succeed in the NFL. And if you guys don't know, we actually talked about the 2023 running back class. And a lot of these guys that people are very high on, we see the athleticism from them, but we don't see how they can be extremely successful
like
in the NFL.
That's a Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce Vaughn,
like he's 5.
Devin Akane.
Something crazy. He's so short, but he had an amazing season this past year. I think he would just get lost in the depth.
Yeah.
You can do so good in college doesn't mean it's going to translate in the NFL.
And Tyler Beatty was this year's version of Jarrett Patterson. I kept saying, pre-draft, I kept saying, I love Tyler Beatty, but he doesn't fit this profile. Like, he's not going to succeed in the NFL. I kept saying he's probably going to be a 7th-round pick or undrafted. That's how it ended up being. Patterson was undrafted. I think that's kind of the point we're making here, is that these guys who are undersized in college and put up incredible numbers, they don't always end up having a role in the NFL, even though they've been very successful in the NFL, in the college. There's a certain parameters you almost need to meet for GMs to take you seriously at all in the NFL. So it's just an interesting conversation for a different day, but thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for hanging out. Obviously, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We're 2 likes away from 40, so if you haven't dropped a like, you could help us get there. And we will see you guys tomorrow. If I can encourage you to do anything else with the rest of your night, it would be to watch the video I just released on Treylon Burks. I'll paste it in the chat. We just released it 13 hours ago. Go give that a watch. Make sure you let me get all the way through that video before you have any opinion. And enjoy the rest of your night. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Huge love, y'all.